under attack. Need help.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Adventure Awaits. This is Ryan. I know it's been a long time since you got to hear my lovely voice, but work and duty calls. So before we get into the episode, we have about 2 announcements to make, plus the lovely recap. So the first announcement for this week is, if you've been catching the streams that we've been doing, we've been talking about doing Skittershot, the short Starfinder adventure. We're probably going to aim to do that on Wednesday. You can find more info on that on our Twitter. And this isn't exactly show-related news, but I thought since I'm doing the recap, I'll get to announce it. I get to turn the glorious old age of 23 on the 24th, which is this Friday. So I get to spend some time with family and friends, have a great time, listen to our podcast, probably. The fun stuff. I know last week's episode was pretty interesting. Actually, the last few weeks have been pretty interesting. But before we get to this week, let's get a little recap going. So we kicked off the episode talking to Chiskisk about the next mission he's going to send us on. Then we, Morley, Domaj, and Rats decided to march their way over on to the Eoxian embassy to try to get some answers from our good friend Gevalar's Knorr. And left, I guess you could say, satisfied. We got some answers. Maybe not the answers we wanted to hear, but, So after leaving the Eoxian embassy, we made our way to our repaired ship, which we decided to name the Good Intent, which I feel fits our crew pretty well. But before anything else, we got to meet our lovely new crew member, Akinacia. I think it will be a great addition to our team. We have a little bit of healing now, so you won't see us go unconscious every combat. Fingers crossed. Besides that, we had a lovely 3-day trip to Castrovel, which turns out to be Akinacia's home planet along with Domaj, so it's a lovely homecoming for half the group. Then we got to land in the city of Karabat. After debarking our ship, talking to some customs officers, we got to meet the, as Rats would put it, nerdy Lashunta by the name of Wayloss, who met us at the docks and got us a cab. So after a very eventful cab ride, which had Rats pretty much insulting the entire Lashunta race, we arrived at the university to a crowd of people yelling. Maybe it was to get off the grass, maybe it wasn't. But then again, that's what you're here to find out. So without further ado, here's episode 19. Enjoy.
Start it, Chris.
Start it.
Do it.
Let's get it started. Ha!
Let's get it on.
Start it, Ryan.
Oh God! Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey,
we're back.
That was good.
I
like it.
I don't do well under pressure. You should know that.
under pressure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jesus Christ.
Pressure.
Hey guys,
Pushing down.
we
on
went to
me.
Gen Con.
We did.
Well, you guys did. I didn't.
This won't come out for like 2 weeks, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So
who
we went
cares?
to Gen Con 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, at any point after this will be accurate. So it's okay.
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff, and we demoed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Got to play Pathfinder 2.0.
I met Jason Bowman.
I met Dan Tharp from Paizo.
Yeah, did he remember? Did you play the little clip from the demo they did online? Like, yeah, that was me. That's who you're talking about, Krob.
No, I just said, hey, it's Krob from Switch. And
Oh, he remembered you.
okay.
Nice,
He's like,
nice.
Who's
Cool.
that?
He's like, yeah, who's that?
He's like,
I'm going to need proof that it's you.
And then we talked about like streaming stuff.
he said the restraining order says 50 yards.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was exciting. Got to go to a few panels where they were talking about Starfinder and stuff. A particular panel that I had to sign an NDA for and can't talk about. So
I don't even know why you bring it up.
Oh, okay, great. Great.
Like,
Inside joke
I
club.
think it's...
I just hate when people do that. They're like, here's this thing I did. Can't talk about it. Don't bring it up. I don't want to know.
Okay, Dick.
He's not going to. He can't talk about it.
Sign an NDA.
Yeah. I bought wax.
I I don't know what that means.
Or the butthole.
For
The butthole.
like for wax seals. It wasn't like
Wax seal in the
It
butthole.
was just it was just so random. He's like, I got wax.
He's gonna mold wax seals and send it to people.
Yeah, Des is fucking weird.
yeah. Also, I mean, real quick, Alex and I just had our level 4 improv class last night 2 weeks ago. Because
That checks
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Math
it does.
checks out.
yeah.
So I'm a professional improviser now.
Well,
Do improv for me right now.
up to 4th
Okay.
level.
Oh, man. These are some big sausages.
How big?
All right, that was good. Thanks.
Thanks.
I don't know what we improv.
All right, cool.
That was good.
I gotta be in that class.
See.
Sausages. This is a hamburger fest.
You know what? You're right. It is.
Where did these sausages come from? Get out of here, Oscar Mayer. This isn't called Hot Dog Helper. Get out of here.
I just had $1 million idea. TM.
All it is just chopping hot dogs up and putting it in with that mix instead of hamburger meat. This isn't copyright infringement at all.
Just put tape over the hamburger part and put hot dog.
You have a you're at work like a label maker. You're like, they'll never catch on.
Oh, shit. All right, let's do some Starfinder.
Yeah, I guess.
So before we get into it, though, we did note that there's a hell of a lot of good role playing going on, and I forgot to toss out some tokens for that. Everybody is gonna grab a token.
So I was
Nice.
pretty disappointed when after there was a few scenes that we did, and I was like looking at you, and I was like, yeah, and then nothing happened. I was like, nope.
Even Kevin?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know why
Kevin, you
gave him one.
you played dead really well,
Yeah,
and we
you did
checked
great.
in with Creo several times after he
did.
died. So I
Yes.
thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Hey, can we do one more checking with Krios? How's he
Okay,
doing?
Hold on.
All right, back to the regular.
And then
I think I deserve another token for that.
well, everybody else gets another token because this has been 2 weeks now that since we've realized it. So we had 2 solid episodes of straight roleplay, which I think is pretty amazing. And everybody's going to have total 2 tokens now.
Well,
Hot
thank
damn.
you.
Donka.
That'll help on my shitty rolls.
No, it won't.
Yeah, probably not.
3 plus 2 is only 5, so
But it's better than 3.
that's fair. Well, you're also not like dying, so that's gonna
Yeah.
help too.
That's
though.
all.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that always helps.
Yeah.
It's always nice not to die.
I'm gonna guess
I wouldn't know.
today. My first roll I'm gonna make is gonna be a 7.
Ooh, are
Okay.
we taking
That-
bets?
It's a good bet. Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
7.
I'm just gonna.
I'm going to say 11.
For you or me?
Me.
I'm going to say 14.
Nat 20.
Bullshit.
Oh, Nat 20. I'm calling
I'm
it.
just going to roleplay this whole episode to get more tokens. So I'm not going to roll.
At the end of the campaign,
Yeah.
you have like 45 tokens.
Yeah, you have all the tokens, but you haven't shot a.
What if I need it?
Yeah, what if I need all of them? It's like in video games when you find a really good weapon, you go, I need to save it to the end, and you never use it. I'm guilty.
Or
doing that.
potions
Yep.
and stuff.
Yeah, I'm guilty doing that all the time.
Yep, I do that. When I used to play video games.
All right, what were we doing
Exactly.
last?
We're at the university, I think.
We're at the university?
Yes,
Yes.
you landed on Castroville. I think it took, 3 days? Did we
Something like
Yes.
that.
Something like that.
figure that out? And you landed on Castroville, and you made your way to... You met Wayloss, who was the contact that Chiskisk had arranged for you to meet. A postdoctoral student from the University of Archaeology. And you made your way downtown and strolled up to the building.
I'm listening.
Strolled up to the building, and there was
It's like a teacher when you see like your classmates, just like, "Are you listening?" Like, yeah, I'm listening. God, bitch.
and I just thought I had a booger on my nose or something. And
No, he was looking at me, not you.
I feel so left out. Can you look at me? Thank you.
Now look. Now back at your man. Now I'm on a horse.
And you make your way to the university. You're getting out of the robo-taxi, and there's quite a hubbub going on inside of the building there. You guys walk up the steps, up the front door, and then you just hear this cacophony of sound. People are going nuts, yelling, shouting at this Lashinta that is sitting behind a desk.
I hate when college protests happen. It's always the dumbest stuff.
So Waylos turns around and he's like, well, this is not a usual scene here at the university. I have no idea what is going on. And you just look around this room, and this room's probably about 25 by 50 feet. And off opposite of the entrance that you are at, there's two large double doors. They are closed. Off to the left is where the desk is with this Lashunta, who is just frantically trying to calm this audience down, and you can see that they are not having that much success. And like right in front of you, you see like this wet floor sign, and there's this like disgruntled guy standing over in the corner, just like obviously upset because everybody just walked in like all over his
Clean
floor. Yeah. So
He's been doing this job for 40 years and he just wants to retire.
It was 3 days from retirement, but now it's gonna take me 3 days to clean this floor again.
He gets, like, the minute he gets done with it, he's like, I'm retired, and everyone ruins it, and he's like, no.
It's been this way for the past 10 years. Okay, so how are we gonna handle this crowd?
I mean, what are they like yelling? Are they like chanting something, or are they all just yelling incoherently?
you can't really make it out. They're just talking over each other at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna try and like push my way up to the Lashunta and see what all this is about.
Move, peasants! I'm important.
I'm famous.
Yes.
Everyone out of my way.
Out of the way.
So Waylos goes up with Kima and trying to push your way through the crowd, and you make it through fairly easily, given the fact that everybody's just bunched up. There's not an inch to move, and it seems like they don't want to give up any space at all. And as you're passing through, you kind of hear the sound of like, what do you have to say? What does the university have to say about this? And you eventually make it up to the desk, and the Lashunta doesn't give you like any extra attention, but as soon as the Lashunta sees Waylos, he's like, Waylos, I'm really out of my element here. And Waylos says, Kimsey, what is going on here? Well, I don't know. They just, 1 minute it was quiet in the building, and then the next minute there was this crowd of people, and they're asking me all of these questions that I have no idea what they're even referring to. I've paged the dean to deal with the situation, but I just don't know what to do with it. Waylos says, well, perhaps I can address the crowd. And he turns and he like gathers their attention, and they kind of hush up for just a little bit because of this new body on the scene. And Waylos is like, hello, I am Waylos, a postdoctorate university student here. I understand you have some questions? Yeah, what do you have to say about the things that your colleagues said? How is the university going to answer for this? Well, I really don't have any clue what you're talking about, but perhaps if you all would like to wait outside, we will be sure to have the dean or the university publicist speak with you as soon as they arrive. Oh, no, we're not leaving. We have rights. We're the press. We're not going anywhere. And Waylos kind of looks like to the group and rolls his eyes like, I don't know what to do here. And he turns to Ikimzi and says, perhaps you might just let us through. In the meantime, we have important business to attend to. I'm sorry, I can't open the doors, lest these people piggyback on your entry. You remember what happened to me last month, when I allowed that group of students in, and they just graffitied the halls. And that is still on my record. I'm sorry, Waylos. I know you, but I just can't open this door until the dean comes down. You're just gonna have to wait until they arrive.
Can I, like, walk up to one of the people, like, in the back, like this? Like, I'm gonna walk up and kind of, like, tap one on the shoulder.
Okay. He turns around and kind of looks at you and...
Oh, mate. What's all the racket about?
So this person that turns around to you is another Lashunta, and they're like, yes, I am a reporter, and my name is Nehal. Apparently, one of the university teachers said some very incendiary remarks in public the other day, and everybody is very up in arms about it, and we need some answers right now.
Well, I mean, like what did he say? He or she?
He spoke of genocide among with our Formian neighbors from a war that was from thousands of years ago, and has really got everybody upset. He's very much insulted the Lashunta people.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for the information, and we'll see what we can do about that. And he just walks through the crowd up to the front where Kima's at.
Okay. From the back of the crowd, I cast Ghost Sound.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So it sounds like a bunch of alarms going off, and it says, "Attention, nerds! It is time to disperse." And it just repeats that.
Attention, nerds.
Hearing this, I turn around slowly and just shake my head at Rats. Really? I mean, look, I get it.
You heard the alarm, man.
We're not all nerds, mate.
You look like a lot of nerds to me.
So is this? It's just making a sound.
Yeah,
there's no save or anything involved. Okay.
No, I mean it creates a lot of noise.
People. But it definitely says, "Attention, nerds." Get out of the building.
Yeah.
So you notice this has a slight effect that some of the reporters on the outer rim of this glob of people kind of look around, startled at first, and are looking around. But attention, nerds, kind of just shrug it off. But you got their attention.
So is there a sprinkler system? Just let's get some rain going.
Yeah, there's sprinklers. It's the university. I mean, pretty standard feature.
I mean, I was just asking for my information.
Well, now you have it.
Waylaw speaks up. He's like, I really have no idea what to do other than wait for the dean to arrive, unless you have some other plans, which I'm all willing to take, because otherwise I don't want to wait around in the crowd.
What can Plant Man do?
So they all have a bunch of equipment and everything.
Cameras, microphones. Yeah, I mean, these look like just a pack of rowdy journalists.
All right, Kima is going to, I guess, kind of get up on the desk, stand up on
Stand
the desk.
on the desk. Okay.
And just kind of get everyone's attention and says,
Spring break.
"Listen, we're here to get the same information you want, but I need you guys to get out of here. They aren't going to let us in with all of you guys here."
Who are you?
I'm actually insulted you don't recognize me, but I'm here on very important business, and I really don't want to be a jackass, but you guys have a lot of equipment, and you probably don't want to get it wet and ruined, and I see a fire alarm over there, and I'm noticing some sprinklers up top, and I'm gonna have to pull it if you guys don't get out of here and let us do our job.
We're going to go from riot to wet t-shirt contest.
That's
in
right.
a hot minute. You roll that.
Roll. That sounds like intimidate. Roll me an intimidate check.
No, it's an intimidate.
A really awkward intimidate check.
I didn't think that would be an intimidate, but...
Well, you're trying to get a group of people out of
Alright, that's a 14.
14. So there's a couple of people, a small portion of this crowd that kind of, freaks out, that goes really, wide-eyed, and they just leave. Probably some of, the reporters from the smaller, the local PBS stations that can't really afford to lose their equipment. But
We don't have insurance.
Or they don't have any magical stuff on their equipment that can protect it from.
Yeah. So,
or they're interns.
But there's still probably 2/3 of the crowd left here. Yeah, Waylos is well, that's a step in the right direction.
I tried, and I just jumped down.
No, you did wonderful. We got rid of some of them. Any other ideas? It's quite genius.
I mean,
I could start blasting.
Yeah, we could start
I have a feeling that Echinacea is because there's a lot of all the noise is causing a lot of vibrations, and it's almost because that's how he sees. So it's almost
I'm blind.
So it's he's almost has a headache, I guess, from this. So he just he's just keep him quiet.
Okay. What color is he right now?
Taking some Advil.
Oh, that's a good question. 'Cause I need to expand on mine. I'm gonna say
I'm tempted to look over your little emotion.
I don't have. I don't know. Let's go with.
Just go with mystery color.
What's like a color between red and green?
Oh, I'm not an artist.
Well, that's interesting.
That's not
Christmas.
Brown.
Brown.
Yeah.
Sure.
Brown. Okay.
He hit the brown note.
Yeah, he's brown.
He has to take it up.
I still need to get that down.
No, I mean, did you want to pursue the you threatened with the sprinklers?
I mean, I'm okay with doing that, but
I mean,
in the United States, that's a federal offense.
well, we aren't
we're
in the
space.
United States.
Shut up.
So, just
I just walk over to the fire alarm and I put my hand on it and I'm like, seriously, we have things to do. Get the hell out of here.
One of the taller, like more like muscular guys, kind of looks at you and is just like, "I dare you."
Uh-oh. You've been called out. Your honor's in question.
I pull it.
All right.
I don't care.
Immediately seeing this, I turn over to Rats and I just like kind of shrug.
Yeah.
And watch, it's all like a fake sprinkler system.
it's just magical.
It's confetti.
You pull the whole box off of the wall and you realize it's not connected to anything.
It's just for show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pull the sprinkler system, and it immediately starts to douse this entire room. Everybody's getting wet, and
Echinacea loves it.
echinacea's flowers bloom a little brighter. Everybody runs outside. All the journalists, they are outside. They're trying. You see through the glass doors now that they're just trying to cover up their equipment, dry it off, take care of it. You see that the janitor in the corner is just like shaking his head.
This is gonna take 6 days.
He just walks out, throws his mop on the ground.
You probably costed thousands of credits of damage to equipment, and you made some guy quit his job.
It's all right.
That's impressive.
I left Casterville for a reason.
Because this exact same thing happened.
She goes,
Exact same thing happened.
on the board next, like on the wall next is, if you see her, don't let her in. And I'm like, oh
Right.
shit. Reason for pulling the fire alarm too many times.
Yeah, so once the people we need like leave, I lift it back up. Does that stop it?
That's not how
That's not how
fire
those work.
alarms work.
No, once you pull them, they're
Well-
going for until I think
They're like filled up with water, and
once they get to the wires.
Okay, well, I look at the who's the guy that we've been with?
Waylos?
Yeah, I look at Waylos and all right, where to?
Well, it was quite unorthodox, but effective. Thankfully, the suit is pretty well aged, so I'm not too attached to it. Follow me, and he heads up to the desk where the other, I think I said his name, Kimsey, if I haven't.
Yeah.
Kimsey, I know this is rather unorthodox. No, I can't say I'm happy about it, but it's better than what I was dealing with, so I suppose that I'll let you go in. And he pushes the button, and the door opens up, and Waylos is like, "Follow me."
While we're going in, Domash is going to check his rifle to make sure the battery isn't messed up.
Okay, that's
like-
a very good idea.
Takes all, like, make sure, like, anything that needs, like, batteries. He's like,
Is it just this room that's like
Yeah.
soaked?
Yeah, just this room.
Say, that'd
the
be
whole
horrible.
place is so.
As we get
We start flooding.
As we get into the next hallway, Rats casts token spell on himself to dry his clothing.
Nice. Is that like a level 0?
Cantrip.
Okay, cantrip.
It's essentially prestidigitation.
Okay.
Yeah, Kima just like kind of pulls her hair back, wrings it out, flips it behind her, and just keeps walking. It's fine. She's fine.
Token for that incredibly ingenious.
Wow, Chris is just giving him out too freely now. All right, rein it in, Chris. Come on.
All right. Well, I reined it in for 2 episodes. I was making up
Well,
for it.
you forgot. There's a difference.
I'm going with reined it in.
Fair enough.
Waylos escorts you guys over to the elevators and says, if you need a moment, you can use the restrooms to dry off. Otherwise, we can head on up.
let's just we came here to do a job. Let's just get it over with. Domash just walks in, like he can like just water coming off of him.
Oh God, people start chafing.
Oh, God. So the elevator doors open up. Everybody proceeds inside. Waylos proceeds to press number 5, and as the door closes, you can see like another pair of janitors kind of walking by with massive stacks of towels and just like shaking their heads.
And then the fire truck comes.
Yeah.
Comes up to the entrance.
That's all right. We aren't in the lobby. It doesn't matter anymore.
This is elevator number 5.
And you get out on the 5th floor, make a couple of turns, and you see students, in the hallways doing research, studying, reading books, and eventually you make your way to a door marked the dean or the head of the archaeology department. And Waylos knocks on the door, and Professor Mahali, it is I, Waylos. I have some visitors for you. From behind the door, you hear, "Please send them in." And he opens the door and smiles. "After you." You walk into this room, and you see it's clean, very spacious, very orderly. There's a large desk standing imposingly before this huge window that just has this beautiful view of a nearby park. There's a small table in one corner, and there's 4 chairs all around it. And near the door, there's a large examination table, and it's covered with like various broken bone fragments, stone, and a lot of them have words and letters on them and like this spiraling text. And then there's like several small fountains throughout the room, and they're just like, burbling very, very soothingly, and there's like lights reflecting inside of them. You see this woman sitting at the desk. She's like really dark skinned for a Lushinta, like a dark olive green. She's got this purple hair, and it's like shaved on one side, but long, about shoulder length on the other side.
Skrillex.
What is it?
Space Skrillex.
Space Skrillex.
Chris, do you know what Skrillex is?
I do not. I would
You
fake
don't
it.
wanna know.
Okay. Trying to find the picture.
I came up for
Sure.
Rats to insult a professor now. By calling her a nerd. Sweet haircut, nerd. I like the fact that like all of us can walk in wet but him.
I know.
Like you were gonna walk in like where you can still like the clothes are a little darker because they're wet, and he just like yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
There's gonna be so much mildew now. We're gonna walk outside of the humidity. It's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
I didn't
I just
actually.
suck it up in my skin.
I'll just
I
have
don't
to
know if
show
that's
you
how
the.
it works.
That's
but
disgusting. Don't talk to me.
why?
I don't need that image.
You absorb.
Normal,
I
what
do.
normal trees do? Hey,
Okay.
It is space Skrillex.
She's kind of hot.
All right, Chris. Calm down. She's not real.
what if she is?
Chris, I know you can fantasize about. I know it's like fantasy, but let's be real.
Well, I mean, if I'm not going to take it all the way.
Starfinder Rule 34.
There's definitely.
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you see this very spacious office and this woman, and she's sitting behind her desk, and she's got a pen in one hand, and she's just studiously writing, and she kind of looks up at you, and she says, "Greetings. I am Professor Mohali, and I hear that you're from the Starfinder Society, all the way from Absalom."
That is correct, mate.
And she kind of sighs and, kind of like starts rubbing her antenna, and she says, What is it that I can do for you today?
Rats throws the data pad up on the table that has the information that we pulled from the drift rock. And he's like, we were trying to see if you nerds could figure out what this means.
I immediately put my arm on his shoulder, and I lean down. I'm squeezing his shoulder. I'm like, "Listen, mate, if you can just rein it in for a little bit, that would be fantastic. Can you do that for me, mate?
What are you talking about?
Stop calling people nerds."
I'll stop calling them nerds when they stop being nerds.
How much do you weigh? Can I pick you up and hold you?
I'm super
Like
light.
30 pounds?
Probably.
I'm gonna pick him up and like hold him on my shoulder. I'm like, you're not leaving me. You're stuck here.
You start like patting his back like a kid. Like, just
No,
go to
he's not
sleep.
like that. He's like I have him facing
Okay.
like on my
And
shoulder.
you all hear in like your heads like, what is a nerd?
Don't worry about it. Are you decreasing or increasing your weight?
It said it was 80 pounds, and I feel like that's not
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I like set him on my shoulder, and he's just gonna like, you stay here.
So like,
He's obviously struggling against that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
so you walked up and like you picked him like right next to the desk and picked him up.
Yeah, I picked him up and like I'm holding him like,
So he's
you're not going out of my sight.
So like as you do that, some water like drips on the desk from your clothing, and Professor Mohali's like, why are you, you know,
Oh,
I don't want to know.
Oh, you mean the water? Oh, you could talk to my friend back here. She could tell you the whole story. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, but we need you to help us out first.
And she kind of looks at Waylos and, you know, get them towels. And Waylos goes off for a minute. And so she reaches over and she checks out the tablet that you put down. She kind of scans over it briefly, almost to the point where you're like, does she really look at it? Tosses it back down. She's like, look, I am not in any position to help you decipher this information until I can deal with the current debacle going on here at the university.
Oh, speaking of which, that's actually probably one of the reasons why we're soaking wet right now. What's going on?
She sighs, and at this point, Waylos comes back in with the towels and starts handing them out, beaming, smiling. And she says, well, it's a rather difficult situation for the university. One of my colleagues, and she kind of grimaces when she says that, Alibians 21-2, he gave a rather incendiary public speech last night in which he examined a war from nearly a millennia ago and used the cultural fallout from it to rationalize the genocide of the Formian species. Even before the Lushunta city-states and Formian colonies signed the peace accords 30 years ago, such brutal conclusions would have been dismissed. And now he is fomenting hate crimes under the guise of pure logic and anthropology. Now, this is not what this university stands for, but the public now believes it does. So I've placed him on academic leave and restricted his access to the university resources until we can clean this mess up that he's created.
Question. You said Formian a couple times?
Yes.
Would we know what that is?
Yeah,
It sounds familiar from when I was reading, I think it was Pact Worlds or something.
so as... I don't think there would be any knowledge checks on this because it's pretty general information, especially for Castroval natives. But the Formians are like an insect-like species. They live to the south of the continent that Kabarat is on. They're very much like a hive mind, and they operate as such. They don't have like these massive cities that everybody else does. They live underground. That's where their cities are, underground, and you can kind of tell where they are because, you know, just mounds up these huge hills. They were at war with Lashunta for like forever, and it wasn't until like 30 years ago that they finally settled things with the help of the Shiran diplomats.
I'm trying to remember reading. I think the Kaiser also helped, but I don't remember 100%.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember if I remember reading that or not. I know that they really emphasized the Shiran because the Shiran were more bug-like, so they were able to kind of appeal to the Formians based upon that.
Okay.
Is that all? I really have to get back to this situation.
You didn't...
Yeah, I don't see how your buddy's issues are our problem. We need this deciphered.
What is your name?
Rats.
Rats.
And I shake out of Domash's arms so I could get back down on the ground.
Oh, she's looking up at the shoulder. Okay,
Yeah, she's like, I was like standing but holding him. I'm like, oh my God.
Rats, I am the head of this entire department. Therefore, you will only get my assistance when I'm able to give it to you. And right now, this university's reputation is on the line, so I do not have time for a small matter such as this until I can resolve the squabble.
What's your plan to resolve it?
I don't know. He hasn't really done enough to warrant being suspended. What I need right now is to hurry up and resolve this. And Alabians is not listening to anything I say, and she stands up from her desk, and she walks over, and she looks out at the park in the distance. Firing him would be ideal, but I can't do that. I think if somehow he would apologize publicly, I should be able to smooth over the rest of the details. And she's got her hands together behind her back, just staring.
I kind of look down at Rats, and he goes, "Is this, it's like, seems we're just glorified errand people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Go here, do this.
yeah, come back, do this for the other person. Like, gets a little old, you know?
Yeah.
I guess we have to go do this now.
Or you could just fire him.
Yeah.
Believe me, I would like to do that, but that involves a lot more red tape than I'm willing to deal with, and it could come back to hurt the university in the form of lawsuits, and we cannot afford that.
So the university is hurt because he's here, but it's going to be hurt if he's not.
Well, it's basically like he said some things that weren't like the best. So, and if the university keeps him, it looks like they're supporting him. If they fire him, he could be like, "Well, you fired me for." There's not a just cause from being fired. So there could be lawsuits based off of that. It's a lose-lose situation no matter what you do.
Well, except they could say that he spoke out of term and, you know. But I was actually saying that to her, but now we're out of character, so it's fine. I don't have a voice, it's fine. Yeah. I don't
Who's
have a voice.
talking right now?
Oh, no.
It's Satan.
Well.
I'll say.
Ah.
Wow. Oh, you say yourself for that one. So, I mean.
So, if we're able to get an apology, will you help us?
Once the situation is resolved, I will assist you. Barring that, I am not at your disposal. There are numerous other departments that might be able to handle things for you, but I need to keep my attention focused on this.
Who else can help us?
She kind of looks around and then she gives another look at the data pad, sees the drift rock writing, and then notices something familiar about it, and she said, "Does this have anything to do with Halquim's on?"
Yeah, that's who we were sent to meet up with.
Oh. He is a fool and has ruined academics for as long as he has been around. Fortunately, he's no longer around. Died a long time ago. But the information that he gleaned from his expeditions has really tarnished archaeology in general. However, if this is important to you, I do have a colleague. Her name is Dr. Omeha Solstarni. She has a strong interest in Halquim Zan, and specifically Ukulam, which is where he took his journey. And so she starts scrolling through on her computer and pauses a moment. According to my records, though, she departed on personal leave 2 days ago.
Of course.
Come on.
Any idea where she went?
I don't recall approving her absence, but I don't know. You can go down and visit her office if you'd like, though. She's on the 4th floor. You can check it out from there.
And assuming we can't find the information, is there a way of tracking her down?
Well, I can place some calls in the meantime to see if I can uncover where she is, but until I have the situation resolved with the university, I cannot do anything else.
And I look around at everyone. Well,
I guess we go check out this office, and then we go. Rhett starts doing the like fist into his palm. He's like, and then we'll make this other guy apologize.
I turn around. I immediately grab him and I go, and we're leaving. And like, we'll meet you down on the 4th floor. And I like grab him and I start like
dragging his feet are dragging.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
like
ground.
pulling him to get out, like walk out the door. I'm like, we're gonna have to teach you some damn manners, Mike. Come on now. We can't just solve every problem with this.
So everybody is heading to
Knuckle
this
sandwich.
office. Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you going to the office first or to deal with
the office.
I assume we get there first. Like we're waiting outside the door, and I'm just like, all right, mate, listen. You gotta treat these people with some respect. They're they're not just nerds. They're scholars. Come on now. I'm starting to get a little insulted. These are I'm from here. These are my people. What's the dice say?
Angry face.
Uh-oh. Well, you stole my girlfriend.
Hey, these nerds gotta learn, okay?
But oh yeah, it's been raining
There's a
for
freaking
like
flood coming.
Jeez, it would have
It's
been
just
really.
the ambiance.
Yeah, it would have been really funny if it would
It
have
was
happened
not when
when
it
you
happened.
pulled the sprinkler.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Yosoki weigh between 60 and 100 pounds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Like, oh, there you go. You can still hold like 60 pounds up there.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, why? Are you doing it just to bother me? Is that it?
Are we at the office?
Yeah.
I feel like we got there before they did, so
Okay.
we're like just having this conversation.
And like, I just unlock or try to open the door to the office.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
ignore me.
It's locked.
I punch it open.
No. Time
Punch
to
it
teach
open.
this door some lessons.
Did she by chance give me a key and then
I
I
think-
walk
I-
in on them him trying to bust in?
No, she didn't.
Damn.
She's totally wrapped up in this whole thing
Okay.
with Albians.
Are you guys still doing a thing, or did I show up yet?
I don't think you guys are that far behind us.
Okay.
So,
Ah.
we want to get some thunder here in a second.
Thunder.
This podcast might end early tonight when the electricity goes out.
Shut up. Don't say that. I wonder what other ways we could have solved that whole crowd issue was instead of just, being a felon. Apparently.
Hey,
A
we don't
United
know if
States
it's
felon.
I was going to say we don't know if it's a felony.
I hope we
there.
come back and the cops like, all right, who pulled it? It was her.
That's all right.
It was
She
the
likes
janitor.
handcuffs.
It was the janitor. That's why he's not here.
Yeah, he's disgruntled. Yeah, he's just, damn it all. Wash this floor.
He's hated his job for 10 years. I just kind of love how you're like, I'm kind of insulted you don't know who I am, but then you never went into who you were.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I expect, like, you don't know who I am? I'm Kima, the celebrity escort. I don't know if that's what you actually are or not. I don't know.
Is this a traditional lock, or is it something that could be hacked?
Got an engineering check here, so I think that'd be more like computers.
Okay.
And I've shown up by now.
Well, throw that dice away.
No. I got a 15.
Yeah, 15. The door, it's still locked.
I punch it open.
Sorry, punch it.
God damn it.
I mean, can
we just
anyone
leave.
assist?
Nope.
We just leave. All right, well, we
Are
can't
you
get in
able
there.
to assist?
I don't have engineering,
Oh.
so no.
Can I just take 10 on this?
Well, can't you take 20 on that?
I don't know, can I?
Yeah, I assume you can just take 20. Yeah, you're not under threat or anything like that, so you can take 20.
Are we all
Okay.
just, like, sitting around, like looking around to make sure no one walks in the hall and Bust is trying to break into this room?
We
So-
were given permission, we just weren't given a key.
So, after 45 minutes, you open the door up, and you see a darkened office. And it's just in complete disarray. There's cabinet doors wide open. There's stone artifacts scattered across the floor. You see drawers just pulled out, papers kind of thrown all over the place. And it just looks... This doesn't seem right.
It's also raining super
Looks like
hard.
someone.
left a sprinkler off in here.
Yeah, who would do that?
I kind of walk in. I assume we turn the light on.
Also, don't forget that I have blind sight life. So if anybody is within 30 feet of me, I can sense them.
You see a whole
Okay.
bunch of people everywhere.
That's just... you said it's scent?
Life.
Life, okay.
Blind sight.
I assume we
Gotcha.
turn the
Blind
light on,
sight.
right?
Okay.
When we walked in. All right, so I'm gonna Kind of look around like, well, for someone who took personal leave, it looks like she left in quite a hurry.
Yeah, it sure is raining pretty hard right now, guys.
That's weird that it's in the building, too.
It's also weird that we just came from outside and it's like super sunny, so...
Yeah.
I hate
strange.
light, sun, rain, whatever the word.
Light.
All right, can we kind
of
of look through some of this disarray?
Yeah, so as you like move further into the room, you notice that there's like on the desk in front of you that I actually drew up a map too. So
Oh, great. And something's gonna attack us.
Not
Me.
Ah,
It was me.
he's
all
a
along.
sleeper agent. Ah, zombie.
There was an Akata in here the whole time. The Akata was actually the professor. It's just an Akata with a mustache on, and it's like, yes, I'm here to teach my class.
Wearing a trench coat.
Yeah, wearing a trench. It's two Akatas in a trench coat, trying to sneak into a rated R movie.
So so you walk into this and you just notice that everything is like completely disheveled, thrown around, and on one of the desks here, like directly in front of the door, kind of off to the left a little bit, you notice that there's a traveling bag open, and there's just like it's like half packed. There's stuff like kind of leaning out of the side, and on the far end of the room, you notice like that there's a computer that's like everything's off, but you do see like a blinking light on the desk, and right here, yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a completely unexpected sight, and probably not typical of the professors. I mean, maybe if
Right.
this was a dorm room or something.
I'm gonna walk into the travel bag, see if like rifle through some stuff.
Okay.
Echinacea just gonna stand at the doorway.
Okay. So, who is this?
Me.
That's
That's Kevin. Okay. Kima, you go over to where the bag is, and you're looking through it, and it just looks like that there was
it's right, all right.
like a change of clothes thrown in there, some personal items, just like kind of things that you would need, like if you were like moving, like running away or going to stay someplace for a little while.
Why would she leave without it unless she was taken?
Yeah, I don't.
You said there's a desk, right?
Yeah, there's a desk on the opposite end of the room.
Can I search it?
Can I call the bad guys and tell them I have a unique set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like them?
And they laugh, and then they laugh at you, and then you end up killing all of them.
And
Yeah.
then there's a sequel
And then
that
there's
doesn't
two
need to be
sequels
made.
that don't need to be made.
Yeah. Oh,
I
go ahead.
assume there's like drawers or something.
Yeah, you can go over to the desk and give me a perception check.
What did I say my first was? Me a 7? Right? Alright, let's see. Ooh. Alright, it was a 9. I got a 17.
A 17. You're kind of going through this, and you find some scans of Hakim Zan's notebooks on the table. They're just like meticulously marked up with red pen. You see just a lot of different books and texts on the continent of Ukalam. But yeah, I mean, just seems like a lot of academic stuff relating to this Hakim Zan, as Professor Mahali told you.
Are there closets or anything around where I am?
Yeah, in fact, directly behind you in the corner, there's an open closet.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Getting peed on.
I'm just gonna kind of rifle through that stuff too, see if there's any reason why she would have left, or I mean, to me, I'm thinking there's signs of struggle, but I just want to kind of investigate a little more.
Okay, so as you're heading over to the closet, Waylos walks into the door and is kind of like taken aback by this scene. Like, what? This is odd. And is kind of looking around.
Dadoy.
Just glare at rats. I'm just like,
He kind of stands there and makes his way over to like where you are, and give me a perception check.
Speaking of critical miss.
I'm not using that anymore. That was a 1.
Okay, so you go over to this
And
closet.
I'm oblivious. There's a closet here?
Well, you go over to this and you see that there is a field suit laying on the floor
Yeah.
in front of the closet. You also see a Lashita temp weave fitted for Kasatha. So it's got 4 arms.
Is that the thing that you just bought?
Fitted for 4 arms.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's the same kind of armor you just bought. You could just have 2 floppy arms hanging
Right.
off of it.
It's spitting and it's. I think that's what I got. Yeah.
What did you say you got on that?
Oh,
A 1?
One.
Okay.
Get a new dice.
Yeah. What is everybody else doing as far as investigations?
Glaring at rats. Oh, are these
I
just
want to check
cabinets?
this plant.
Okay.
Shut up.
Go check the plant.
Okay.
It's weed.
Is it space weed?
It is space weed.
Nice. It
is,
says why she ran. She got
I can never remember the guy's name. Every time we say space
Magi?
weed. Magi space weed.
Cool.
How does he make it? How do he make it all the way here?
Vintage, like 3,400 years ago.
Stop it.
No, give me a perception check on that
On the space weed?
to verify if it's space weed.
What are these?
6.
A 6. What's that?
What are these two? Are these just like cabinets?
Yeah,
or?
you're like eating this.
Shut up.
You're like eating the space weed, so you don't notice anything. Yeah, these are like file cabinets.
I'm gonna search through this one
I'm gonna go into the center of the room and just like try and
photosynthesize.
No, he's just gonna try and like sense other beings in the room.
Okay, so
3
yeah,
other beings.
you're
in
standing
this
in the room. I think you cover the entire room pretty much from that.
10, 15,
And yeah, you don't detect any other life forms in here, but your party. Domash is checking the cabinets.
Yeah.
So you go over to these cabinets. Give me a perception.
Okay.
Using the fancy Hero Lab on the phone now.
Yeah, because I'm. Yeah. Ooh, 19.
With a 19, you notice that there is a slight dent, like on the side of this cabinet, in between both cabinets, like was like thrown violently into this.
Is there something on the ground then?
Yeah. So like, well, you do see something on the ground as you're looking at this cabinet. I mean, this is a huge dent in this thing,
A person jumps out.
and then you're looking down at the ground, and a person no. You see a small piece of paper like laying like halfway out from under the cabinet.
I like lean down and I pick it up, but as I'm like, well, I think I might have found something interesting over here.
Please share it with us. And Welos walks over to you.
I'm also gonna walk over.
I forgot he was even here.
And so you're looking at this, and he sees the dent on there and is kind of confused. And then you pick up this paper, and you see that it's an invitation from somebody named Arab Pakwo, inviting Dr. Solstarny to the 5 Arches. How it ended up here, you're not sure, because the printer is on the other side of the room by the desk you were just looking at. But
How big is this dent in this filing cabinet, would you say?
it's probably the size of like I would say like like 18 inches in diameter. Like this wasn't like a small ball or something hit it or a rock. I mean, this is something larger.
Or a head.
Is there any blood on the floor around the filing cabinet?
You don't notice any blood.
Okay.
You find a lot of.
What about the information on that invitation you said?
Yeah.
Would we normally know that? Do we have to make a check on it?
You mean like someone who plays a lot of scratchy lotteries?
Yeah, you would know that the 5 Arches is just like a diner around Cabaret. At least I would say that Domash knows this.
My friend here says your diner's pretty bad. I came to find out what was wrong with it.
So Welos is kind of thinking, he's like, this is highly unusual. Do you think we should report this, or should I?
Do you think we should not? I don't know. If it's one of those things where if it's reported, like things could get worse for her. You know what I'm talking about?
For this Miss. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember her name, but
Hey, look, man! One of these nerds got kidnapped. We gotta.
I hate you. Yeah, there's more to this than we seem to know about. So as of right now, we should probably keep it quiet.
I could at least inform the Professor Muhali about this. She could check her itinerary and see if there's anything else she can uncover. We can keep it within the university, at the very least.
I think that needs to happen.
Maybe we should go tell her, and he shouldn't.
Should continue investigating the room?
Can someone check this closet out? I've been trying to look around, and I don't know. I feel like I'm not seeing things that. I feel like I'm going blind, guys.
I am blind.
Yeah, I'll
I don't
walk
know, it's
over.
too-
I'm gonna walk over and try to see what's in this closet that apparently Kima can't decipher.
Dark. I was gonna retake
17.
17. Okay, Domash,
I'm gonna retake that.
you walk over to this closet and you're looking through, and you see it's basically a closet with like gear and stuff in it, things for traveling in the field, doing archaeology searches like that. But as you're staring at it, you see something peeking out from under this suit lying on the floor.
I'm gonna like kneel down and like pull the suit off.
It's a dildo.
There's a dog turd in here.
So you pick this thing up, and you immediately recognize this.
Oh, it's a plumbus.
This is your family crest.
Oh.
And you turn it over, and on the back is the name of your mother, Shadari Shess.
Well, that was unexpected.
I kind of hold it in my hands, and I kind of like slowly stand up, and I'm just not saying a word. I'm just like intently staring at like the back of this,
Okay.
like running my thumb like over like the name. I'm just like
I'm still kind of like just shuffling through the closet, not
like,
realizing.
I kind of like just drop my hands, and I'm like, what? Well, I kind of turn to Wayless and go, do you know why she'd have this?
He examines it. Do you give it to him to...
I kind of like hold it out for him to look at.
He doesn't really like seeing the symbol at first, like, but then you turn it over and he sees Shadari Shess, and he says, "Oh yes, Shadari Shess. She just began working here not 4 days ago here at the university, under the purview of Dr. Solstani."
I immediately take it and then walk back up to go to the 5th floor.
To Professor Mahali's
Yeah.
office. All right.
Like I just run out of the door.
Hey, wait, do you want me to grab some of the space weed for you?
You're like eating all of it. You're stuffing it in your cheek pouch. Gotta get a mint for this on cash or on.
Oops.
Hey, someone just sent you a friend request.
Oh, hey, it must be one of the listeners. Thanks.
We got that live for some reason. How'd you do that?
Oops.
Is everybody else remaining in the office while he runs up by himself?
I think I'm just like kind of standing there, like, what the hell just happened?
Do you want to go by yourself? Or
I mean, if it doesn't matter.
would that be cooler?
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I
mean, you've got to think like I just walk into the closet and I see something, and then I get peed on. And then I found this underage girl. It's really weird.
I'm gonna piss on you.
R. Kelly's a piece of shit.
I mean, he didn't tell us where he was going, so for all we know, he just had to pee really bad.
Oh, really? Come on.
I'm just
Way to
saying.
keep the theme right there, by the way.
Yeah.
So let's kind of like just sum up real quick.
I
Like,
want their threes in like perspectives on what the fuck just happened.
okay.
That's what I want, because I already know what's going. Like, this is fishy. I don't like this. There's already some fishy shit going on, and then I see that. Nah, there's something up with this.
Well,
Yeah.
so this scientist is logged as taking time off,
Yeah, she took 2,
even though it wasn't approved.
and we go to her room or her
Her
office,
office
which
isn't-
is locked,
Yeah,
And
locked
then-
and ransacked.
trashed.
Immediately when the door was opened and all that stuff was shuffled around, I was like, yeah, she was definitely taken against her will. So, and nothing has
And there's that invitation as
disproved
well.
that.
Yeah, you have the
Was the invitation addressed to her?
yeah.
Okay.
And you know, who is this Arab Pakwal? You don't know. I mean, this looks like it was printed off of university printers. There might be more information for you to find elsewhere.
We have to go to all the printers.
Oh my god!
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is
not
that
necessarily printers, but
Is that the doctor that we're trying to talk to?
Yes.
Arapakwal?
Yeah, I think that's the...
no. Dr. Solstarny is the
Solstarny.
office that you're in, and you came to talk to Dr. Solstarny.
should write
Found
these-
an
we should write these
invitation.
names down.
Found an invitation given to her by this Arab Pakwal to meet with him at the Five Arches. Now, who this Arab Pakwal is, you don't necessarily know, but you might be able to find some other information somewhere in the office, maybe on the infosphere. But just from that note, there's not enough identifying information.
Okay.
What was the professor's last name?
The
Solstarny. Dr. Solstarny.
Dr. Solstarny.
Pretty much how it sounds, like it's phonetic.
But like, I want to know like what their characters are thinking as they just saw me run.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like
you didn't see
Echinacea
anything.
would be like, he feels someone leave this 30 feet. I'm like, someone left the room. He's just thinking to himself.
And then
But
was
no,
it-
I feel like he would, with the way that blind sight works, he would know that it would be him. Like, he feel like you're...
like aura.
Yeah, like
Kinda.
Aura left the room.
That
or
makes
something.
sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's like, Domash has left to himself or something like that.
What's my aura?
It's bacon.
Bacon?
Nice. I got bacon aura. Awesome.
I mean, I was the closest to him, but I was still kind of just shuffling through the closet, like
Like trying to find something
I-
to wear.
I
Not
feel like
understanding how closets work.
Apparently.
I feel like I just started getting distracted with all the clothing, and I did hear you.
Oh, I'm going to wear this tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
She won't miss this. She's not here.
Right, yeah. Obviously, she's dead, so
It's not stealing if you've been kidnapped.
Floppy arms are the new fashion.
This will get me so many more customers if I have floppy arms.
Did you say what race she was? The
We
doctor?
found a
She- Kasatha.
armor that was Kasatha.
Okay, so
Which is what Al was.
who?
The pre-gen who I played?
Oh,
Kasatha.
that's right. Yeah, I made it.
but yeah, so
Me too.
she was
too.
doing that, and then you said "what the hell" out loud.
Oh, I just
you
kind of
talked-
stuttered out like, what? And I turned to
Yeah.
Guelas and I said, why would this be here? And
Yeah,
then he
so
kinda
I-
was
I
like,
hear
oh,
that.
she works here, and then I bolted.
Yeah, so I heard that, so I'm just kind of standing there, and I look out, like
Bullseye.
where the hell, where'd Domash go?
You know, around.
Domash.
I think he was going to the bathroom.
Shut up. I hate you, Kevin.
And I look at Walos. Why'd he just take off? Do you know?
I have no idea. He picked up a medallion and bolted.
Okay.
That's just like him. He's always picking stuff up and running.
We keep trying. He's a klepto, really. We keep trying to fix it.
Okay, well, I guess we can catch up with them later, but I kind of want to look through some stuff some more.
If you want to get that out of the way first, I can wait.
I can't help with that.
He starts just touching everything. Breaks the window.
That was just like
It's more space weed.
it's just packing, like another bag that was being packed.
Oh, okay. Is it worth looking through?
No, as far as like clues that you've searched for around the room, you found pretty much everything physical. There, you still haven't searched the computer. That's an option, or you could go up and present this information that you've uncovered to Professor Mohali, or if you feel like you want to bring law enforcement on this at this point, or
I didn't hear you say there was a computer, so hell yeah, Rats jumped on that.
so Rats moves over, pulls the seat out, plops in. I imagine he like jumps over the back of the seat, just lands right in it,
And there's 3 Akatas in there, and they immediately knock him out.
Damn it!
cracks his fingers, and then like limbers them up and just starts going to work on the keyboard. Go ahead and give me a computers check.
Witness me. Ooh, there you go.
27.
That is very good. So you are able to get right into this thing, and you see a whole bunch of information. What's that?
Nothing.
I keep missing stuff.
He rubbed me underneath the feet.
No, we need
Underneath the feet.
underneath the feet.
weird.
Yes, okay.
That was English.
Yeah, so you see a whole bunch of information just filling the screen, and you note that her personal calendar says that she was scheduled for a sabbatical in 2 months, approved by Professor Mohali, and also the authorities in Terhalo Point on Ukalam, so approved by both parties.
What was the name of the city or whatever we're in right now?
Kabarat. I'm just guessing that's how you pronounce it. Qabarat. You also, as you're going through those files, Rats, you notice a recent file on the computer is also another letter from Professor Mohali granting the good doctor leave to depart 2 months early to take advantage of special conditions in the field. And this one was signed 2 days ago. So there's a discrepancy there as far as...
Is Muhala the doctor that we talked to before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's the one that
was having the headache over the university scandal and stuff, yeah.
We could just walk. Get there in no time.
I brought up a map.
You have a map of, like, Castroville, and we're like, I don't know, half of a map away.
I make a copy of the files, and then I delete it.
Okay.
Look at that.
Excellent. Covering your tracks. Do you want me to tell you the contents of the rest of the files?
Yes.
Before, you want to save it for later? Okay. So you're going through and you see a series of... Well, you get in there and you like search through for Arab Pakwal from this document. And you see that there's a series of 15 messages exchanged between him and Dr. Solstarny. It starts out just like, hey, you know...
Want to get some drinks later?
You want a bone?
You DTF?
I see you got them 4 hands. What you want to hold in there?
Oh my god.
I'll make use of all 4 of them.
You see that they start out like just pretty... Pause for laugh.
Yeah. Oh, it said pause for edit.
You see that there is... that at the beginning, these letters are very cordial, very formal. And then as they go on, Pakwal becomes like more and more insistent that Dr. Solstarny meet with him at the 5 Arches. And this was 2 days ago. And the reason being was he wanted her to appraise some artifacts that he recovered. You see that Dr. Solstarny responded back saying she was busy and that she couldn't do it. But you kind of feel like she was feeling like really skeptical about what this guy was really after as you're reading through about it. Does anybody, or I guess this would be rats only, DC 15 culture check.
Okay.
I think everyone has culture, right? Or is it just...
Well, if everybody's over on the...
I'm the only one on the computer.
Everyone's fighting over computer time?
19.
19. As you're like researching who this guy is, you find out that Pakwal has published a bunch of articles about Elvan ruins over the past 6 years. And like at first you're going through this like, yeah, this guy, he seems to pretty much know what he's talking about. But then as it goes on, it seems like his journals and his articles are being like really poorly vetted, and like maybe he doesn't know anything about what he's talking about. And you also find out that there's inconsistencies with like his online bio. Mm-hmm. And his personal records. You know, maybe this guy's not really real.
It's not who he says he is.
Yeah.
Wait, it might be like an alternate identity?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
like
kind of what you get from all these inconsistencies. Like this site says he's one thing, this site says he's another.
It's an alien.
Who is this? I can't really pin it down. It's not solid information to me.
Okay.
And then deleted.
Deleted.
Boop. So, yeah, you found a lot of clues. You got a lot of information. Domosh.
Sup, bruh?
You take off.
I take off. I'm like, I don't even take the elevator. I'm just running. I assume there's stairs like right near the elevator.
Jumps up through the floor.
Yeah, I jump up through the floor. I just shoot a hole in the floor. Just jump up. No, I just take the stairs. I'm like just clutching this crest in my hand, and I guess I make it to her office and just bust in the door.
Okay, door flies open, slams against the wall, like it knocks like a couple of things that were on a nearby table like over, and Professor Mahay looks up at you, startled, and like, what is the meaning of this?
I'm like, you have some explaining to do. And like he walks up towards the desk and just sets it on the table.
We'll see you next week.
I don't have any smart remark for the end of the episode. I'm trying to think of one. I don't have one.
Make sure you check out our website at adventureawaitspod.com. There you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter and keep up to date when we release new episodes. And a big thanks to Sirenscape for providing music and sound effects. Check them out at sirenscape.com, where you can revolutionize your tabletop gaming experience.